Soon enough, he might even be looking like Gorlock the Destroyer. That's how much he's going to be eating. Mazepin impressed me the amount of times he could spin and crash in a single season. Bahrain was a disaster. It was awful. Like, how can Verstappen double his winning margin from literally the most dominant car in 2023? Just double it and just win by 23 seconds. Took a decent amount of copium after the race, and before the race I just done a hopium because I was hoping for like a competitive season, but I guess that's not happening. So with that said, let's predict the Jeddah Grand Prix. The polls, the race wins, the positions, the play along. Put your predictions down in the comments. I kind of want to hear them, but these are predictions. So if they're right, they're right. But if they're not, don't shoot me. Also, whilst you're down in the comments, hit the subscribe button and like, because I don't know why you wouldn't. And just enjoy the video. Now I'm doubling down, taking a massive gamble on pole position. I've gone with Charles Leclerc. Again, yes, Charles Leclerc. I said he's going to get pole in Bahrain. He did let me down, but not by a huge margin. He did have the fastest lap of qualifying, but he didn't get pole. So can Charles magic up his quali pace and get pole? Well, I hope he can, because then it'll make me look like I'm getting things right. Let's be real, Jeddah has never been Ferrari's bread and butter, and neither has it been Charles's. But maybe it's time to change. You know, Perez used to be a good driver, but he changed for the worse. And now it's time for Charles Leclerc to change for the better. At Jeddah, go get pole. Also, Ferrari looked like a bit of a goofball, getting rid of Sainz, but Sainz outperformed Leclerc. I don't think Charles wants that. He's going to be a hungry guy. Soon enough, he might even be looking like Gorlock the Destroyer. That's how much he's going to be eating. And from Let's Be Real, a pretty delusional prediction. Something more, it's going to happen. The win. I mean, obviously someone's going to win, but I've gone with Max Verstappen. Won by 23 or 22 seconds in Bahrain. Who's going to say that he's not going to win in Jeddah? He hasn't ever won in Jeddah, I don't think. 2021, obviously Hamilton took it. 2022, Perez. 2023, also Perez. But I don't have any, literally any faith in Perez at all whatsoever. Maybe at the start of last year, or like mid-year, that he might maybe potentially bring it back. But knowing the fucking shit season that he's had in 2023, or the latter stages of it, and he was 23 seconds of his teammate in equal machinery, that's a statement in itself. Yeah, Perez is just not going to win the race. And Verstappen on the form that he's on, yeah, it's probably his in the bag. Worth just giving him the trophy right now? I honestly think it is. Just not do the race. Can we skip the championship, move on to 2025? And yes, that's another Charles pole and Verstappen win. Happens too often. In P2, yes, P2, second place, I've gone with Charles Leclerc. He had pretty good pace in the stages of Bahrain where he wasn't having some braking issues and turning under braking. Yeah, that was kind of weird. But when he didn't have those issues, it was all fine. He was driving well. And he's definitely hungry, like very hungry. Gorlock the Destroyer hungry to beat Carlos Sainz. He's gonna do whatever he can to maintain a podium. Like, how was Carlos, a jobless man after this season, getting more podiums, or having more podiums so far than Charles Leclerc? Meant to be one of the best in the sport. How is that happening? No, not on his watch. He's gonna cook up. I might have some decent faith in Charles Leclerc getting P2, but someone who I don't have any faith in getting P3, but I'll still put him down on the list because their car is so incredibly clear. It's not even a joke anymore. Like, I thought James Allison was going to come into Mercedes, cook up a new car, gonna be fantastic, championship battle instantly. But no. Anyway, P3, I've gone with Sergio Perez. Now, I say I have really no faith because he's shit. Putting it out there, he's dog shit. He's awful. But yet again, it's the car. It's clear. What else do you want me to say? Like, unless he has a fatal crash or crashes in the race, he's at least getting P3. Like, at least in the car that he's in. And if he doesn't, well, that just proves how shit he actually is. But if he doesn't get P3, I honestly might have some faith in Lando. His pace was all right, I guess, in Bahrain, but he could have qualified way higher. And I guess if he could have qualified way higher, then he might be attached to DRSs a bit higher. Maybe not drop down like a stone, like George Russell did. Still putting Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez, P3. The biggest good surprise. Now, last week, there was a lot of disappointment, especially I had such high expectations, but I guess Lance Stroll surprised me a lot. Being spun out in turn 1 and getting P10, fair play. Very good race. Like, honestly, not a Lance Stroll thing to do. A Lance Stroll thing to do is get spun out, start P, or like be P20, and guess what? Finish P20. That's a Lance, no. He's different. So, biggest good surprise this week, I've gone with Lance Stroll. I genuinely have some faith in him. This season, I don't know what it is, but I have a lot of faith in him. I think he's going to do well. And this race, I think he's also going to do well. Last year, his pace was good until he had some mechanical issues. But his pace was good, like pretty similar to Alonso's. Qualified also not too far off Alonso. Pretty good. It was all close. And who's going to say he won't cook up again? Like, Lance Stroll, honestly, for the win this season. Lance Stroll, at least getting a put. No, that's delusional. And now for the GOATed team, a team that's going to impress me more than Mazepin impressed me the amount of times he could spin and crash in a single season. That was impressive, but this is a good impressiveness of a team. Now I've gone with Alpine. Not only did they finish P18 and P17 and qualify P19 and P20, I think they're going to absolutely cook up another masterclass. A team that won championships with Alonso, Schumacher. Nah, I'm bullshitting. Of course they're going to be fucking P20 and P19 again, the fucking French fucks. No. They're awful. All a joke. They're going to be absolutely shit. I've gone with Ferrari. Arguably the closest to Red Bull in Bahrain. Perez is Perez. You know, there can honestly be a decent fight between both of the Ferrari teammates and Perez. And that's where it gets spicy because Carlos, knowing that he's getting kicked out, will he want to help Charles Leclerc if there's a situation where any team play has to happen? Or will he just try to take the glory for himself, screw Charles Leclerc, and leave him in the dust? Honestly, might be a decent scrap, maybe between Perez and the two Ferraris. So that's why I've gone with big as good surprise, because I honestly think they're going to be battling for good podiums. And now for the shockingest driver. Now there's honestly a ton I could put. I could put Bottas, Zhou, Magnussen. I don't think any of, or heck, even Logan Sargeant. I don't think any of them are going to perform well, score points. Just a disaster as per usual. Now agreed, Zhou did get P11, but I honestly just don't have any faith in Zhou. So let's have a little fun here. Something that's really unexpected, but maybe expected after their Bahrain performance. I've gone with Lewis Hamilton. Now, could he have done badly in Bahrain because of his setup? He did say it was a race setup, and where did he go in the race? He didn't make any progress whatsoever. Turning 50 soon and walking with a walking cane now, going to Ferrari for his retirement. It's looking kind of ropey. Him compared to George Russell in Bahrain, damn. Honestly, fair play, George. Fair play. Mr. Consistency might be coming back, unless he decides to T-bone Carlos Sainz into Texas again. Not into Texas, but in Texas. Anyway, Hamilton doesn't really seem motivated anymore. He's got his contract with Ferrari. The car in Mercedes doesn't seem best. What's the real point? Just wait until Ferrari. So that's why I think he's gonna disappoint yet again in Jeddah. A 7-time world champion, won many constructors, many races, many poles, and now, what, he's doing this? Losing to George Russell? Really? Nah. And to prove to literally every single one of you that I'm not biased at all, some of the time, I've gone with the stinkiest team of Williams. Now that does hurt my soul saying, but Williams, they're built on straight line speed. And who remembers Latifi's crash in 2022? That was a low point in Williams. The reason why I've gone with Williams is they're a rocket ship on the straights, but their cornering speed isn't the best, knowing that Jeddah needs a decent amount of downforce, a decent amount of cornering speed. Yeah, Williams just doesn't seem like the car to be able to provide that for Albon, and maybe Logan Sargeant if he decides to turn up for a weekend, but primarily Albon. Now, is this to say that I don't have faith in Albon scoring points? No, because I guess their car's a little different to last year. The whole philosophy is different, and they might have more downforce and compromise a bit of their straight line speed. Yeah, nah, Albon's their only hope this week. Not even Verstappen could probably score points in that car in Jeddah. But, hey-ho, we move on. Australia's next, and that is a bit more straights. Williams, cook up there, please. You got P10 in 2022, literally pitting on the last lap. I have no faith in Jeddah. As I said at the start of the video, put your ideas and predictions in the comments. I'll be reading them and clowning you because they're all gonna be delusional, including mine. Mine are fucking dog shit, but they might happen, and yours might as well, but it's funny, right? Anyways, whilst you're there, subscribe and like, because I don't know why you wouldn't, as I said at the start, and peace.